Hey there, it's Sara Oehler from softluxcompany.com. Happy Saturday morning. We are going to follow up with a project that I did on Wednesday on Facebook. I made these cute little stamped earrings and I used our new heart stamp. Let me find that one here. And I just created sort of an overrunning texture using the stamping tools on the blank, which you can find on the website. And then I just made a little dangle using a head pin and attached it all with an ear wire. And now I'm going to work on a second project. I'm going to do a necklace using the crescent plate that we have available on the website. I think I'm going to use the same pattern, but I'm going to show you how to do it. My name is Sarah. My husband's name is Joshua. And you could definitely stamp out Sarah, Heart, Josh, or Joshua. You could do your kids' names, your kids' birth dates. You could do mom, all sorts of different things depending on which holiday is coming up or what you love, maybe like Sarah Heart beading would be a good one since I do love beading so much. So lots of different options of things that you can stamp onto your blank. I just realized I'm going to grab my letters. Yeah, I'm going to need my letters today. So let me grab those out so I have them. So we've got the heart stamp and the snowflake stamp are separate stamps that you can buy on our website. And then you need a good stamping hammer in order to indent those into those metal plates. We have this multifunctional ImpressArt hammer. It comes with a bunch of different hammer heads, but not this brass one, which is what you need to be able to stamp these guys and the letters and the numbers. So what happens is you can kind of slip and slide out, and this is an additional piece that you can buy on the website. This comes with like a nylon tip and then multiple ways of making texture, and they slide in just the same way as this one does, and then it just turns down here to tighten it into place. So we have that extra piece on our website now too. We didn't initially know we even needed it. We're still kind of learning about metal stamping ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and lose the texture piece that comes with the hammer and the snowflakes. I don't need those, but I'll keep the heart. And I'm going to fish out an S and a J for Joshua from my letter stamps. You can also find these on the website if you need them. What's really nice about buying through our website is we do free shipping on orders over $50. So something like this is super heavy and it will ship for free if your order is over $50. And we also have some great deals going on this week. We have over 100, probably like 120, 130 new items in closeout just moved over in the last 2 weeks, and we're giving an extra 10% off with coupon code WINTER. You'll want to check that out. A lot of them are findings, so we've got head pins, eye pins, jump rings, lobster clasps. I mean, all sorts of things that are in great working order. We're just streamlining our findings category, so we had to move some things out. So if you were to do the earrings that I did on Wednesday, you would buy this package here that has the little blanks. I'm going to be using the crescent moon today. So glad all of you YouTubers can be here with me. If you like this video and enjoy yourself or like our channel, please be sure to click that thumbs up to let us know. And then also be sure to subscribe so you can see our future content. Okay, so I've got my little crescent moon in place. You can get this really great tape that holds it down. It can do two things. It can hold it in place, which is handy, but it can also help you if you want to go in a straight line or a somewhat straight line. I'm really not good at that part, so I'm going to try to use it for that reason in this video. And I'm just going to cut a piece here So I'm going to do my best job doing kind of a straight line across the bottom that I can then stamp onto. So I'm just going to anchor it down in place. You could take a little piece if you want it to be really steady and you don't want it to move. You could put a little piece up here and on the other side too, just to kind of make sure that piece is really down. You don't have to worry about it moving around a bunch. So I've got my brass head already in here and anchored down. I'm checking my bottom, and I know I'm going to be doing the heart in the center. So I'm going to start with the center of my design. I'm going to put my heart onto my plate, what I think is the center, and then I'm just going to slide down to the tape so that I'm going to be in line. When I do the S and the J, I'll do the same thing, and that way they should come out in a somewhat straight line on my crescent blank. So now that I've found my spot, I'm going to go ahead and take my hammer and hit it directly up and down several times to make my indentation. If you want a really nice strong indentation, do not remove it until you've hit it several times so that you don't miss any part of it. You can see the heart. And then I'll set that guy aside, and now I'm going to look for my S. Here's my S. And you want to make sure you're doing it the correct direction, so be real careful. It looks like my S and my J are maybe a little smaller than my heart, so I may even go up just a little bit. Instead of going all the way down to the tape, I might go just slightly up. And then I'm going to kind of remember that the edge of my stamping item is right on the edge of my heart on this side, so that way I can kind of do a similar thing on the other side with the J. A nice solid S. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with the J. I'm going to go kind of down and then just come up a little bit like I did before. And this side is kind of straight with the heart. So it should be about the same distance away. And now I'm going to get a nice indentation for my J. And then last but not least, you can obviously leave it if you want it to be the soft coloring. It's fine. You can see it. It's nice. If you want to darken it up, you can use the black marker that we sell on our website. I've also heard you can use Sharpies. So if you want to do a colored Sharpie like orange or red or blue, whatever color makes sense for your design, I hear that works. I have not tried it myself. So the directions on this marker, they're right on them, which is really handy. You initiate the little marker tip, you use it, and then you let it dry 1 to 3 minutes, and then you go ahead and wipe off the excess. So we are going to just cover up our design, and we're going to let it sit for 1 to 3 minutes. In the meantime, we are going to work on a little jewelry design using some of the beads that I pulled out of my old Dark Heart design kit. So Dark Heart design kit was our last month's kit. If you are interested, we have a few of the Whimsical Botastical design kits left. And basically the way this works You're going to get a random assortment of items. It's going to have findings. It's going to have beads, wire, everything you need basically to make jewelry. And you're going to get it. And then you join our VIB media, or I can't talk today, VIB Facebook group. And I was feeling the same way earlier on the other video. It's crazy. I just do not have words today. You do not reveal your contents of your kit anywhere online until after the reveal date, which is usually the last Wednesday of the month. I will go on Facebook and I will reveal everything in the box or the kit, and I will make some jewelry designs using it. I will do it on the last Wednesday of the month on Facebook and the following Saturday here on YouTube. So you can participate on YouTube as well, even if you don't have a Facebook account and you're not using Facebook. And then it's your turn. You can post pictures of your designs in the VIB group. If you don't want to, if you're not a Facebooker, you can always send us designs through info@softluxcompany.com too. If you just do YouTube, that's a fine way to enter to win as well. Every design posted, every single design you take a picture of and post or send to us will be an entry to win the next kit. It's a ton of fun. If you do go into the Facebook group, it's so neat because you can see tons and tons of things that different people are making with the same kit. It's a lot of fun. So we don't have many left. We upped our numbers this month, so we have extra, which is super nice because they usually sell out in like 3 to 10 days. So we're trying to make more so that they last the whole month, even through possibly when we reveal the kit, so that brand new people can get on board and enjoy this process with us. So we do have some left. If you want to check it out, now is a great time to do it with Whimsical Botastical. And then next Wednesday we'll launch our new kit, which is painted sunflowers, and it's loosely based on Van Gogh's paintings of sunflowers, and it's a really pretty kit. Okay, so back to the design I was working on. I'm thinking I'm just going to do some of our pink tourmaline wire, and I just want to add a few beads to just, I don't know, spice it up a little bit. Maybe I will do a little, I will bookend these little ones on the end here to attach. So I'm going to use the one that I just made. I've just been letting it dry in the meantime, but I think I'm going to do a pattern kind of like this. And then I will use, this is our Dark Heart Trio. I will probably use the pink tourmaline wire with that design, although the garnet would be quite beautiful too. I am sort of a garnet fan. I'm wearing garnet clothing today. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this off of here. The tape doesn't leave any residue. It's really easy to remove. It just kind of gives you a little bit of stability, but it also kind of helps give you a guide. And then I am just, I'll leave it right here, just going to wipe to get off all of the outside arc. And there you see, you can see my S loves J pretty clearly. So this one you can see I stamped quite a bit harder. Let me get it up close. I stamped this one quite a bit harder to get the deeper indentations. I went a little lighter this time because I knew that the heart turned out a little bit lighter and I thought it would match a little bit better. But I want you to know you can do a deeper indentation. And I don't think I changed anything else about this. Like, I think I used about the same amount of time. This just looks black, more black, because it's a deeper groove for that black marker to kind of sit in. All right, so next I'm going to grab my pink tourmaline wire. I'm using our Softlex beading wire 0.019 inch, 49 strands. It's 49 strands of stainless steel braided together with a color nylon coating. It comes in tons and tons of different colors. This is one of many beautiful colors that we offer. And I don't need too much because I'm doing kind of a shorter design. So I'm going to just cut off here and attach using a crimp. I'm going to use a 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tube. It's a softflex crimp tube, so it's double the wall thickness of many crimp tubes on the market. It's also seamless. So it's a solid tube. It's very strong. And if you want a long-lasting design, that's very important. I'm going to slide my crimp tube onto my wire, into my finding, and then back into my crimp. I haven't tried, but I'm guessing you can probably even drill holes in this. If you wanted to add like dangles at the bottom, you probably could do that using a hole punch, but I haven't had the opportunity to try yet. So now that I've attached my wire to my finding here, I have my wires side by side inside the crimp tube so that I'll get a nice, clean, straight connection. I'm going to grab my magical crimpers, which have a groove on either side that's identical. I'm going to slide my crimp tube inside of that groove, and it centers right on top of it. Compress. If I've done it right the first time, I'll get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Now I turn it on its side and I find that center again inside my pliers. And now I'm going to press in those 4 corners. And then I'm just going to keep spinning and compressing around and around, tightening it down, and until it turns into a round bead. So I took a tube and made it a round bead by compressing the ends of the tube into the nylon coating of the wire, and it also gives me a really strong connection. And then I can take my flush cutter with the flat side toward the crimp and snip off any extra wire, and then I've got my connection. Now I can string my beads on the wire. You can just leave the beads and attach at the back end, or you can also do a crimp at the top of the beads to kind of hold them in place. Especially in a light design, I usually like to do that. I add a crimp up here, so I think I'm going to do that this time. I'm going to again grab a crimp tube, a 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tube, and string it onto your wire down to your beads. I'm going to get just a little piece of pink tourmaline wire from my spool so that I can double up inside the crimp tube. This gives more wire for the crimp to hold on to, and it helps it to be able to really anchor down well. And then I just cut off this extra wire on either side. So I'm going to take my crimping plier, find the center, kind of push up against my beads. So it's not going to be like super tight because of that wire in between there, but that's actually good. That gives me just a little bit of flexibility in my jewelry design. And I'll go ahead and compress. I've got my little ravioli, turn on its side and compress again. And then I just go around and around it, tightening down. And then I can go ahead and trim off here and here. And I'll give you a close view on that so you can see it really well. And then all I have to do on the back end is attach my clasp. I'm going to do one of these sweet little hook and eye clasps. We just added these from Tiara Cast. onto our website. You can find them there in 3 metal tones, but we have a few different tiara cast options, as well as your basic lobsters. And then if you look in the closeout, there's a ton of different interesting clasps that you can grab. I'm going to do a quick neck measurement on this to get the right, well, about the right length here. I think I want to put my clasp about here. So I'm going to grab yet another one of those sterling silver 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes. Slide down to where I decided I wanted my clasp. String my clasp on and then go back into the crimp tube. And I'm just going to pull up just slightly to give myself buffer, just in case I got it a little off. It's better to have it be a little longer than too short. I'm going to straighten out my wires inside of my crimp again. Always make sure you leave room for whatever it is you're connecting to move around. That's really helpful for flexibility as well. Center that crimp tube inside your plier. And same thing, just go around and around it, tightening the edge of the crimp tube down into the nylon coating of the wire. And then slide this in. And I'm just going to do that same thing on the other side to finish this necklace up. And I will post pictures on our Instagram and in our Facebook VIB group. And I'm sure there's going to be a picture posted here on YouTube as well of the finished design, both the necklace and the earrings. So thank you for joining me today on this beautiful Saturday morning to do a little bit of metal stamping. You can personalize so much of your jewelry, whether you're adding something about yourself, like things that you like Sara loves flowers, or, Sara loves Evelyn, Hazel, and Jack, my kids, or in this case, I love my husband. Lots of different options. I think this heart is just so adorable. You can find it on the Softflix Company website, as well as the snowflake. If you have kids that are into Anna and Elsa, that could be a really fun one to play around with, making them a jewelry design with snowflakes. And then if you get the hammer, you'll have this fun texture one to work with as well. And when you're doing a texture one, it's kind of cool. So you just unscrew the bottom and you can put the texture stamp right into the hammer. This comes with the hammer, and tighten it down, and you can texturize it just using the hammer head, which is pretty fun. So lots of cool stuff to look at. Of course, check out the closeout section. There's tons of stuff there I know you guys are going to love. So use that coupon code WINTER this week, free shipping on orders over $50 in the USA. And you can find all of this on our website, which is softflexcompany.com.